We as humans like to play with labels. I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. Risk averse. The truth is, we are dynamic. There are times where you want to be an introvert, other times an extrovert. There are times where all the chips are on the table, others you're quite cautious. But all of this is to inoculate you from actually taking action to remedy that defect. Majority of people find solace in this idea. I'm risk averse because it fuels that appetite of cautiousness. It keeps them in their comfort zone. It shields them from ever having to take a risk. I remember years ago, I came across this concept of burning your bridges. I decided to give it a try. I placed my tuition fee, my rent in this business. I'm working at it for months and months. And guess what? My rent was due after months of working on this business, as well as the tuition fee. Now my landlord is kicking my door, the school is calling up, and I'm in the middle of an implosion, praying and begging for this business to work because I had staked all my hopes and dreams and aspirations on this business. If this business was not to materialize, I am fucked. Literally, because I have nowhere to turn to. One remarkable thing about this business is you could only place withdrawal. The payment processor allows one withdrawal at the end of the month. So once it go past that, you have to wait for another month cycle. I remember entering into the new month feeling very discouraged, very unmotivated because even if this business materializes, there's no way to withdraw those finances, and time is not a luxury I have. It was a very difficult situation. Anyways, I had some business, some shady thing I did. I was able to outsource finances, pay off the debt. When the other year rolled around and I was faced with this same risk, do I put in my tuition fee into this business and burn my bridges once again? Guess what I did? Paid my tuition fee. And this was so unconscious. It's as though it came to me like prophecy. I didn't think about it. It then dawned upon me that risk averse as a trait comes from our previous experiences, previous interaction with various ventures. There are people today who have vowed never to invest their money, all because they got into some kind of shady investment and it cost them thousands of dollars or some millions. There are people today who never invest in rental properties. In 2015, they destroyed our apartment. So what? What is today's year day? So do not allow your past experience to impede you from taking risks. When another cycle rolled around, I decided to burn the bridge once again. And guess what happened? It worked. It came to fruition. Now I would have missed the opportunity if I rested on my laurels, if I found solace in this idea of being risk averse, if I gave up simply because it cost me a lot on the previous try. I'm speaking to someone who has failed in business. I'm speaking to someone who has failed in life, who have tried every single thing and it's not working. You've read books, you've consumed content, you've prayed to God, and yet the result doesn't seem to be forthcoming. Find rest. If it's possible for me, you can do it. I used to struggle like you to receive this kind of motivation. If it's possible for you, then I can do it. Yes, if I ask you, would you want to be successful? You would nod your head in affirmation to save face. But do you actually believe you can be a success? And you see how your life alters to match this belief? Do you believe that you can move around with protocols? Now, I'm not saying moving around with security is necessarily a proof for success, but I want you to envision it. Is it possible? What does that feel like? Take risk, take risk, take risk. Stop playing around with labels and imposing limitations, reinforcing strongholds that keep you at a position. Of 20s is for you to take as much risk as possible. So the objective of this video is to review you're not risk averse, you're not all these labels you identify with. That is what you choose to impose on yourself. You're more dynamic than you think. You have more potential than you believe. As always, my friends, pleasure speaking to you. See you in the next one.